Welcome, friends. Welcome to Kiki's Keys to Unlocking Your Best Life. I am happy to be here on KVOI The Voice, and it's a beautiful Saturday day here in Tucson. And I'm joined with some beautiful people. First of all, Val Moreno and Kayvon Bijan are here from Sarah, which is Southern Arizona Rocketry Association. Is that right?
Yes,
That's correct.
Awesome. Welcome, guys. How's your day going so far?
Oh, it's going excellent.
Tell us a little bit more about what Sarah is and the Rocketry Association.
Well, Sarah, as far as the Rocketry Association, has all kinds of members, and we teach, people rocketry. And for the inexperienced, we make sure that they have fun doing, rockets.
Well, that's awesome. So who are those people? Anyone in the area that can get involved with it?
Yes, anybody that's in the Tucson area, even if you're not, if you feel that you're within driving distance, come see us. We'll take everybody and anybody from kids to the elderly. So we have an eclectic range of people that come to our club.
And that's so cool. And you guys love to let off rockets, of course. Val, you have a special one you've been working on.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the rocket. You're sharing some photos with me before the show.
So this rocket is special because I'm getting ready to do my level 2 certification. So you start off at a level 1, which I have right now. And all that means is the amount of power that you can use to launch a rocket.
Okay.
So I have a level 1 right now, so I'm going to go for my level 2. And I'm going to be using this rocket for my level 2 and my level 3.
Oh, my gosh. And
So-
how large is this rocket?
It is pretty huge. It's about 7 feet.
Oh, wow. Taller than even Kayvon.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's about 7 feet.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's going to be very powerful. So I'm super excited. I can't wait till I start painting it because that's really the fun part for me.
Oh,
Building
good.
it is okay, but painting it is really what's fun for me.
Oh my gosh, well, that's so cool. I'm glad you guys are here today because I thought you'd be great co-hosts with me since we have someone else who's kind of got his head in the clouds a bit or looking up to the skies at least. And our guest today is Carlos Aragon, and he is with Reach for the Stars. Welcome, Carlos.
How's it going, Kiki?
Good, good. Do you do any rocketry?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially water rockets and air rockets. I haven't
Okay.
gotten into the real ones yet just because the age of kids that we work with, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to now that I know these guys.
Right. And that's why I wanted to connect you. It's such a great pairing. Carlos comes to us from Reach for the Stars, which isn't exactly rocketry, but it is sky and space related. You use astronomy. Did I say that right?
Absolutely.
I didn't want to say the wrong one. Astronomy as a way to reach people to learn more about the stars, but also you have a bigger mission with really trying to harness the power of astronomy to decrease mental health or bring more awareness to mental health. Is that correct?
That's correct. And we're actually the first in the United States to do so, the first nonprofit.
The first nonprofit that it uses astronomy for that.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
increased. That means using astronomy, stargazing, STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math.
Mm-hmm.
But we also involve art with it too. So we call it STEAM because art's
Okay.
in there. So
Oh,
astronomy and
good.
STEAM, we use all that and all that those encompass to help youth in the community with their mental wellness, inspiration, getting inspired to continue and go to school, to learn a career. So yeah, I'm really happy that these guests are here today. So, this is a new connection for us. Maybe now we can show these kids how to launch some real rockets instead of just the water rockets.
Oh, that is so cool. Well, Reach for the Stars has been in Tucson for how long?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep.
And you guys have really grown in the last couple of years. I've been watching a lot of activity as your organization has grown. Share some of the different activities that you guys do for the community.
Well, we have 4 programs. One is our monthly public free stargazing events. We bring monster telescopes out to trailheads around town, and we set them up with advanced equipment. We do have astrophotography gear out showing live views of the night sky, nebula, galaxies, all types of objects. And so it's a combination of visual and imaging to bring wonder into people's lives free of charge. And so we do that once a month. We We also have our youth camp for K through 12 kids to come and use all types of equipment, microscopes, rockets, telescopes. We look at the sun during the day in advanced equipment, and then we go inside and have them paint it, creating that art aspect and bringing creativity and teamwork and all this. It's just an absolute blast. And as an adult, I have fun. So imagine kids doing it.
That is really cool. Well, I mean, I love these passions of our hobbies and how we can take these hobbies and become something more with it, from rocketry or from telescopes and astrology. I want to say astrology, and it's astronomy.
Correct.
Yes, and astronomy. What kind of took that passion or that hobby for you and made you want to take it that next step level?
Well, it was an accident during a time when I was at a low point, a little depressed, not knowing what I wanted to do in life. I couldn't continue my career in the military because of an injury. We bought a telescope for our son, a small little piece of plastic toy from Walmart. I set it up in the backyard, never looked through one before in my life, and pointed it to the brightest thing in the sky. It happened to be Jupiter when I looked through the lens, and you could see the cloud bands, you could see the great red spot, you could see 4 moons orbiting it.
Really,
it was
with just that
absolutely
inexpensive telescope, you could see all of that.
Yeah, and it just blew my mind. I couldn't figure out how this little toy could transport me through time and space to be able to be so connected and see something so beautiful. And it completely took me out of my mindset. For the next weeks, we learned more about telescopes. We bought a bigger one. We decided to go set it up at a Safeway parking lot to see if anyone wanted to look. It was a huge hit, so we started a club, and we thought if this little telescope could help me as an adult with my mental health issues, imagine what it can do for a kid who's being bullied in school, who's having tough time with grades, having problems at home. This could be a real inspiring tool to help the community. So at the time, COVID was just starting, and kids were there was a lot of self-harm in the community. We were actually higher than the national average. So we thought, you know what, let's start something here. And then we found out that it's proven to work. Astronomy, being in nature, seeing astronomical objects is proven to lower stress, anxiety, and depression.
Why do you think that is?
So it was just a huge, mind-blowing realization that this was going to be something big.
Wow.
The reason why I think it is just, they explain it as what's called the awe effect. It's a feeling of awe, and it's a very powerful tool that comes into people's lives when someone has a baby. Someone, I hate saying this, but when your favorite team wins the Super Bowl, I don't like comparing that to having a baby, but it's just an elated feeling that you have over multiple hours or multiple days, and sometimes it comes with showing a new perspective on life. And with astronomy, you're not seeing galaxies or planets or the moon or nebulae every day. It's a very unique experience. And so we actually, another one of our programs, we give telescopes to families in need, free of charge with lessons, and we show them how to use it so they can have a tool at home when days are hard, that they can go outside as a family, with quality family time, and look up to the night sky for some inspiration and some relief.
That is so cool. Kayvon, you're over there just nodding your head left, over and over. You get this, don't you?
Yeah, that's my thing too. The thing for me was that, when I looked up at the stars, I at times when I felt alone, I felt less alone, because you look at so many stars and planets and you wonder what's out there, because we can't be the only ones. All that space out there, all that planets, all the suns. If we are, we are. So be it. But it just gives you that curiosity, and it allows your mind to be distracted. And that's what always did it for me. My favorite nebula, by the way, is called the Horsehead Nebula. It's in Orion's belt.
Oh,
I just took a picture of that one last month.
Yeah, so
Listen to you
know,
two.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, we're going to go into break pretty soon here, so we'll talk more afterwards. But yeah, what an amazing opportunity just to take something, just a simple telescope, and create such a powerful message, and also a resource that others can utilize. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to come back after the break, but we couldn't be here without our sponsors. So thank you to We Care Tucson, who has their Tech Fest coming up April 13th. Sarah Sodders Luxury Real Estate, specializing in Tucson and Oro Valley. Kiki Rogers Country Financial, Phones Down, Just Drive, and with Nancy Jones, Crossroads Coaching. We'll be back after this break. Carlos, you like that music, don't you? He's just jamming over there.
Yeah.
As long as it has a beat.
We are living our best life. Welcome back to Kiki's Keys to Unlocking Your Best Life. And really the keys to our best life is others like yourselves for being here. So thank you again to Carlos and to Kayvon and Val. And Val, you wanted to give a shout out.
I want to give a shout out to my best friend, Shanae Powell, and her husband, James Markham.
Oh, that's fun. Well, welcome back. So we're talking to Carlos about Reach for the Stars and how he uses the power of astronomy and STEAM, which is, again, science, technology,
Engineering,
uh-huh.
art, and mathematics.
Awesome. And how you use that STEAM to increase positive mental health and through astronomy. That's amazing.
Yeah. We're all so down here on Earth, we're so small, right? And like Vaughn was talking about, looking up to the stars, it's so hard to imagine what's out there and if we're alone and that type of thing. There's trillions of stars, and on average there's 2 planets per star. And then that's only in our own galaxy. There's trillions of galaxies with their own trillions of stars and planets. So it's incredible to think about. But we are all made of star stuff. We have the same ingredients: nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, in order by the level of amount. And it's just incredible to think about. So Reach for the Stars just focuses in on bringing that inspiration and that wonder and that curiosity about the world and the universe that we live in to people's lives.
That is so cool. And I love how you were saying about how it takes you out of that state of mind of feeling like I'm all alone, all of my problems are just on me, and it tends to lift those problems up off our shoulders some.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That's how I use it still to this day. When I have a tough time, I go out, lay on the trampoline, just look up to the stars, watch the satellites whiz past. It's incredible, and you don't need a telescope to do that.
Right.
You can just use your eyes. Go out to a dark location. Let yourself be immersed in the moment. A lot of people use music and different things like that. They're all great ways to distract yourself and cope during hard times. Astronomy is just a very unique way to do it, and it helps you be connected with the universe a little bit more.
That's really cool. And Kayvon, you're an engineer at Raytheon, you were sharing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an electrical and computer
All
engineer
right.
at Raytheon.
Nice to
And
know.
with Val, your partner, being really involved and excited too about rocketry, you're talking about the importance of reaching that STEM and STEAM kind of abilities to more marginalized communities like women or people of color who maybe don't have access to those kinds of tools.
Yeah, we try to outreach as much as possible. And of course, now our club is a nonprofit, so we're looking for people to help us expand. That way we can have more rockets to more kids or more events to educate the public on what we do and get a better club too, because right now our current club, we have a ceiling limit of 4,500 feet at one of our sites. So if you think about that, that's not really that high, but we don't want to hit aircraft either. So
Okay.
the Tucson airport traffic comes through with that part of our rocketry club. So we're not allowed to launch, higher than that.
Okay. So Val said she was going for her level 2. You're already a level 3. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Dang.
So what does that open up? What kind of doors does that open up for you?
So one of my projects in the future is to fly a rocket into space. Now that I have my level 3, I'll be able to do that. but it will take a lot of capital to make that happen.
Okay.
So as far as rocket grains go, the bigger the motor, the more expensive the grains. So we're talking about at least $10,000 to launch something into space.
And
if
that's
I do minimum.
the Carmen line, correct?
Correct.
That's what it's based off of? Okay.
Correct.
Cool.
I'm so glad you guys have each other to talk about these things because I had no idea about any of that, but I'm really enjoying learning about it.
Yes.
And I think that's something too. If this is something you've never done before, these programs, these organizations are great ways to go and try something new.
Yes.
So, Carlos, how can people get involved? You have the kids camp. What's coming up in the near future and how can people sign up?
We have a kids camp every month. We have our monthly stargazing events. We're all over Facebook, social media, every single platform there is. But if you go to RFT Stars, as in reachforthestars.com, that's our website. All our events, programs, annual events, fundraisers, volunteer opportunities, everything's listed there, as well as ways to rent telescopes or just borrow some equipment if you need it. There's all types of ways to get involved, to help out, to bring some inspiration into your own life. Just go to rftstars.com.
That's really cool. And is that something anyone can do from pretty much like their backyard in Oro Valley, or do you need to get out of town a little bit to get more darker skies?
It depends on what you want to see. There's certain objects you can see from the center of town and certain objects you just can't. But that's why we bring in imaging too, because that takes it up a notch where we can image anything from the center of town, but we come to the people. And so we have a mobile program. We can bring the telescopes to companies for weddings, for parties, private events, anything you want. We have the largest mobile telescope in Pima County. And so we're not messing around.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
I'll say one thing though to add. If for the people that don't know anything about telescopes, when you're looking through a telescope, if you're just using a regular seeing point or viewfinder, everything looks gray. So if you want to see spectacular views, you have to use filters.
Yeah, don't be underwhelmed when you don't see a full color Hubble style looking amazing view through a telescope. Visual is very different. You need exposure time to see colors and vast amounts of detail. And so we bring all that equipment so that you can see both or many different ways, even monster binoculars that we use. We give the full range of experience for visual and imagery.
And you have a special camera as well to take astrology or astrophotography, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
You just had actually a piece at a fundraiser, I think I saw, where you had some of your prints.
Yeah, I just recently started showcasing my work. On the side, I do astrophotography in our backyard and take 40 hours worth of exposures and then take another 10 hours worth of processing it on the computer to create an amazing image. I'm trying to replicate Hubble images.
Wow.
And so that's what I try to teach kids to do from our backyard. And I just started showcasing my artwork online and trying to make some sales.
Good for you, though. And that where you both are representing nonprofits today.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
There's definitely some costs involved. What are some needs that Reach for the Stars have at this point?
Reach for the Stars, we fundraise for the youth camps, so STEM supplies, arts and crafts supplies, snacks for the kids, healthy snacks. We need telescopes, each telescope that we give to a family, plus the package, the full books, solar glasses, all the fun stuff. Costs about $125, including the telescope.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if we get $125, that can cover an entire family's telescope needs. There's all different ways that we're raising money, but we're also trying to move our program and nonprofit out of our home.
Right.
I'm the CEO and co-founder. My wife's the co-founder as well, and she's the COO. We're running the youth camps out of our home, so we're raising money to secure a 6-acre piece of land to build our community observatory called Stargate. And so if you want to see the designs, you'll see them within the next month online during the reveal.
And on the website, you can watch for that.
Yes.
So again, that is rftstars.org.
Correct.
.org?
Com.
Or .com.
.com.
Forgive me. rftstars.com for Reach for the Stars nonprofit. You can also find them on Facebook. Are you on any other social media platforms?
Instagram, LinkedIn, X, basically everything, all the main ones.
That is really incredible. All the work that you and Kira have put in, your wife had put into making this nonprofit so successful over the last 4 years, and seeing it come to fruition and hearing more about how you do plan on creating that new space is very exciting. So thank you so much for being on and sharing that with us today.
It's my pleasure, Kiki.
And so again, I mean, we talk a lot on here about your feeling your worst, becoming your best. And I think the overall message is, you know, if you are feeling down in the dumps, try something new. Reach out to one of these great clubs to try a new activity and see if it helps, you know, increase your mood. If rocketry is that, how, Val and Kayvon, can people get more involved with Sarah, Southern Arizona Rocketry Association?
Well, you can go to our website, which is sarah.com, but I'll have to double check that. If you do a Google search on Southern Arizona Rocketry Association, you'll guarantee to find it. There's only one of us out there. So just sign up. It's $50 if you're a family and $25 if you're an individual.
And that is at sarahrocketry.org.
.org.
Sarah,
So we are North.
S-A-R-A,
Yes.
Rocketry, ROCKETRY.org.
Yes. Thank you for that,
Of
Kiki.
course.
Where's the locations at? Or your main location, I guess?
Yeah, our main location is at Tampa, but we also fly at Udall Park. And that one would be more geared for like the kids or your low power flights, because we fly A through D motors out there because it is a
Wow.
park.
Okay.
So the city allows us to fly out there. You'll see a calendar on there as far as events. And if you know somebody that's a Sarah member or part of Sarah, they can bring you on as a guest too. So if you're not filling the membership and you want to see what it's about, by all means, we'll be more than happy to put as a guest and bring you along.
And you guys do have actually a launch coming up on April 13th,
Correct.
next Saturday at
Correct.
9 a.m.
Correct.
And
That should be
that's-
at Udall Park.
Udall Park. Well, I look forward to being there. I hope others are as well. Again, this is really incredible what each of you, all three of you are doing, and I'm so honored that you're here sharing on the air with us and sharing to Tucson and out there. If you guys want to get involved again, you can find them online at sarahrocketry.org and RFTS or RFT Stars.
Correct. RFT Stars.
RFT Stars. I don't know why I'm messing on that. We could not be here with our generous sponsors. Thank you to We Care Tucson, Sarah Sodders, Nancy Jones, Crossroads Coaching, Kiki Rogers, Country Financial, and Phones Down Just Drive. We'll